Get ready.
Hey Disney lovers, and welcome back to another What's Coming to Disney Plus UK video. If you're new to the channel, then hello and welcome. We make Disney Plus videos every week, as well as other updates and trailers throughout the month. So make sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell to never miss a video. Everything in this video does come from Disney sources and a correct time of recording, but Disney do make it known these are subject to change, which means they may add items or even take some away. As always, I will leave the timestamps in the description so you can just jump to the day that you want. With all that out of the way, let's see what's out this month. First up, we have Wednesday the 3rd of November. For the little ones, we have Disney Junior's Ready for Preschool Season 1. This show is where the love of learning begins, focusing on inspiring kids to develop a love of learning through Disney characters and magical storytelling. Then a few things come into the National Geographic section. First is Underworld Inc. Season 1. I was excited when I saw Underworld, thinking it was the vampire film, but then realized it was Nat Geo show. Underworld Inc. explores America's moonshine and illegal liquor black market from the Appalachian Mountains to the backstreets of New York City as just one of their stories. Lion Ranger Season 1 is also coming, which has an amazing title, don't you think? An insight into the life and work of the famous lion whisperer Kevin Richardson and his lion pack, which he struggles to keep running during a terrible drought in funding. Africa's Deadliest Season 4 is also coming, which is a continuation of Africa's Most Deadly Animals. So, what it says on the tin, pretty much. Then we have Riding Britain's Railway Season 1. Wait a minute, I'm pretty sure I've said this once before. Yet again, another program that was announced to be released, but wasn't. As I say at the beginning of the video, this info does come from Disney sources, but they do tend to hold stuff back or add things too. Keep an eye out on the comments, as some viewers do let others know if certain films aren't on there. Anyways, let's move into the star section. As well as many of your usual episode releases, we have episode 1 and 2 of The Premise. This is an American anthology show by FX, and each episode tells a single character's story about a current world issue. Could be interesting, could be controversial. Then we get the launch of season 20 of Family Guy. Can't believe there's 20 seasons already. Episode will be out and then weekly releases on Wednesdays. But also season 32, yes 32 of Simpsons is on Disney Plus UK from the 3rd of November. Wow, I am shocked really by that number of seasons. I'm so far behind. And finally, we have Mayans MC Season 1 and 2. The series focuses on the struggles of Ezekiel Reyes, or Easy, a prospect in the Mayans MC charter. Easy is the gifted son of a proud Mexican family whose American dream was snuffed out by cartel violence. Now his need for vengeance drives him toward a life he never intended and can never escape. Friday, 5th of November, happy Bonfire Night UK. Make sure to use your fireworks responsibly and be aware of animals that might not like them. Anyways, let's see if there's anything explosive out today. Well, boom, straight away, we have the Illuminations fireworks show, Disneyland Paris. So if you haven't seen this show at the park, then you can now. I don't think I've seen Illuminations at any of the parks, so it'd be nice to see. Illuminations opened at Disneyland Paris to celebrate the 25th anniversary on the 26th of March 2017. Yet another no-show before was $1 Million Moon Rock Heist. If we had more time, everyone, we would do a video on Wednesday and Fridays to let you know if these items don't appear. So if you'd like us to do that, then please click that subscribe button and the notification bell. Share our channel with friends and encourage them to subscribe. And if you'd like to support us further, you can go to coffee.com for a one-off tip, or can subscribe on Patreon for a low monthly tip. But back to $1 Million Moon Rock Heist. In a nutshell, it is about a NASA trainee who stole a safe full of priceless moon rocks from Houston, Texas. Moving across into the star section, we have an FX special documentary called Hysterical. Hysterical spotlights the groundbreaking women shattering comedy's glass ceiling to become the voices of their generation and their gender. Then we have a load of films. First is the 2001 movie Corky Romano. A naive, bumbling veterinarian named Corky Romano is the outcast son of a mafia boss, but is recruited by his family to infiltrate the FBI and steal any and all evidence that will put his cranky father Francis A. Pops Romano in jail. I've had 2 bits of deja vu in this video already, but the film Deja Vu is coming on the 5th of November. An ATF agent travels back in time in an attempt to prevent a domestic terrorist attack that takes place in New Orleans and to save a woman he falls in love with. Face Off is an interesting one to come, and it also premiered on my birthday in 1997. Anyways, obsessed with bringing terrorist Castor Troy to justice, FBI agent Sean Archer tracks down Troy, who has boarded a plane in Los Angeles. After the plane crashes and Troy is severely injured, possibly dead, Archer undergoes surgery to remove his face and replace it with Troy's. As Archer tries to use his disguise to elicit information, Troy awakens from a coma and forces the doctor who performed the surgery to give him Archer's face. Next up is The Insider. After seeking the expertise of former Big Tobacco executive Jeffrey Wigand, seasoned TV producer Lowell Bergman suspects a story lies behind Wigand's reluctance to speak. As Bergman persuades Wigand to share his knowledge of industry secrets, the two must contend with the courts and corporations that stand between them. Home Alone 4 is also coming. I'm not going to give a synopsis of this one, I'm going to go quickly over to the next one. Home Alone The Holiday Heist. Not Kevin this time, but Finn Baxter sets booby traps to catch the ghosts of his new home's former occupant. The final film I was surprised with is Robots. Great animated film lending the voices of the late great Robin Williams and also stars the voice of Ewan McGregor.
Hello there.
In a world of sentient robots, striving young inventor Rodney Copperbottom wants to work for Big Weld Industries, which makes spare robot parts. But villainous Phineas T. Ratchet wants to make all robots submit to profitable forced upgrades. Rodney and his friend Fender go underground to fight Ratchet's evil plans. Then Wednesday the 10th of November, Chicken Squad. That title sounds epically hilarious, so I'm gonna say it again. Chicken Squad. Season 1, episode 1 to 13 launches today. A trio of young chicken siblings and Captain Tully, a seasoned watchdog, use teamwork and critical thinking skills to solve problems in the neighborhood and keep the peace in their backyard. Season 1 of Doc McStuffin Shorts also is out, which will have a series of episodes probably around 5 minutes long each for the young ones. Then on Nat Geo, yet another that was announced to be out before but didn't come out, Drugged Season 2. But then moving on with South America's Weirdest Animals Season 1 comes to the National Geographic section, and I bet you can guess what that is about. The final item for Nat Geo is Dead End Express Season 1. Across America's vast and untamed wildernesses, a hardy breed of American still lives a life set apart. They are not just off the grid, they are physically cut off from society by the Rocky Mountains, roaring rivers, and frozen tundra. Moving into star items, first up is Season 4 of The Resident. The Resident continues the dark drama about Juliet, a surgeon who rented an apartment but someone has been spying on her. And finally we have The Glades Seasons 1 to 4. The Glades is about hard to get along with homicide detective Jim Longworth, who is wrongfully accused by his captain of sleeping with the captain's wife. He's exiled from the department and has to move. The quiet town he moves to isn't as quiet as he thought, as people keep turning up murdered. It's DisneyPlus Day, Friday the 12th of November, and DisneyPlus is 2 years old today. Well, for the US. So let's take a look at what treats they have in store for us. Home Sweet Home Alone is coming on DisneyPlus Day. We released the trailer the other week, and it has a major split on the likes and dislikes. But vast majority of comments I received on the video and on Facebook was extremely negative. To be honest, I am not overly fond of this idea, but it is for the kids to get a new sense of the old franchise. It does have cameos of the actors playing Buzz and Kevin reprising their old roles. But let's move on. Olaf Presents is going to be quite a funny one, I think. Olaf tells Walt Disney animation movie stories, but in his own way, and we all know how his tales go, so I cannot wait for this one. Jungle Cruise is also coming to Disney Plus, and this will be free for all as long as you've got an active subscription. I do highly recommend this movie if you enjoyed the Pirates of the Caribbean and also if you have ridden the ride at Disney. Warning though, it is filled with puns because that's what the ride is like too. Ciao Alberto is a Luca short film where Alberto works alongside Massimo trying to impress his mentor, but with little result. Entre Ladros Season 1 is a Latin Disney season which is about Allegra, who dreams of being part of a musical theatre company that her grandmother Coco was part of years ago. Jeff is back with Season 2 of The World According to Jeff Goldblum. I cannot wait to see what episodes and things he is looking into this series. Streams Come True, the DisneyPlus Day Special, also comes on the 12th of November. No information about this, so let's move on. And we have two more specials I'm going to breeze over. We have Marvel Studios' 2021 Disney Day Plus special, which sounds interesting. I will do a video on it once I've watched it. And also we have Disney Plus Day Simpsons short. We also have an interesting behind the scenes Star Wars item, Under the Helmet, The Legacy of Boba Fett, taking you behind the iconic character ahead of the next Star Wars Legacy show, The Book of Boba Fett, coming this Christmas. And then in the Marvel section, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Again, this is free for people with an active Disney Plus subscription. I highly recommend this movie if you are a big Marvel fan. It is a fantastic martial arts movie, but doesn't have your typical Marvel film feel. What I'm thinking is that the MCU is now stepping away from the traditional feels of their movies to pave the way for this new cosmic and magical saga we have coming. Then in the star section we have only one item, which is the first 2 episodes of Season 1 of Dopesick. The series takes viewers into the epicenter of America's struggle with opioid addiction and starring Michael Keaton. Wednesday the 17th of November, first up is Season 1, Episode 1 to 7 of Mickey Funhouse. Mickey and friends meet Funny, who is an enchanted, talking and energetic playhouse. Funny magically transports the group of friends to a range of destination, which allows them to embark on adventures unique to that land. Season 2 of Gabby Duran also pops along for the young ones, continuing her story of finding moments for her to shine under her successful mother and younger sister's shadows. Night Stalker Season 1 comes to the National Geographic section, looking at various animal predators that hunt during the night. And we also get City of Dogs Seasons 1 for Nat Geo. Vinnie Jones, Russia's Toughest, is a series where Vinnie Jones teams up with American cowboys who are a long way from home in Russia. Russians love their beef, so they are setting up their own beef industry with the help of some American cowboys. Next up is Season 2 of Stranger Than Nature, which investigates the strangest life stories from the natural world, from the weird and wonderful to the downright creepy. This series examines the most baffling stories Mother Nature has to offer. No Man Left Behind Season 1 is another National Geographic series that looks at soldiers' worst nightmare, being trapped behind enemy lines, a situation they are all trained for, few experience, and even fewer survive. Each film witnesses how one person's contribution to the war effort becomes a pure battle for survival for him and his comrades. The State is the final item coming to Nat Geo on the 17th of November, a look at the lives of 4 British citizens who join ISIS in Syria. Then over on the star section, we have 2 items. First up is the movie Anna. Beneath a Russian woman's striking beauty lies a hidden secret that will unleash her indelible strength and skill and lead her to become one of the most feared assassins on the planet. Then we have seasons 1 to 3 of Legion, which is based on the Marvel comics. It is the story of David, a troubled young man who may be more than human. Diagnosed as schizophrenic as a child, David has been in and out of psychiatric hospitals for years. Then on Friday the 19th of November, firstly we have a special for Disney's Shook. Shook is a Disney Channel scripted single-camera narrative series that centers around Maya, a 15-year-old who yearns to dance professionally but is hindered by daily obligations to her little sister Skylar and their single mom, a registered nurse. And next is an interesting one. Adventures through the Walt Disney Archives. Explore the rich history of the Walt Disney Archives as legendary producer and host Don Hahn tours rarely seen areas of the department's vast collections along with beloved Disney locations through an engaging and historical lens. Next up, we have 12 geographic items, but I'm not going to go through each synopsis as there are so many, and we have a handful of star movies too. So, we have Jaguar Beach Battle, Little Giant, Water and Power, a California heist, Ocean's Breath, Patagonia Wings, The Next Mega Tsunami, Port Security Hamburg, 1917 1 Year 2 Revolutions, World's Biggest Tiger Shark, Hippo vs. Croc, Hawaii Sharks of the Fire Goddess, and Clan of the Meerkats. So moving into the star section, finally we are getting a Terminator film. It is the latest one, Terminator Dark Fate, but a good move, DisneyPlus. It is interesting as it is a Paramount movie. But anyways, in Mexico City, a newly modified liquid Terminator, the Rev 9 model, arrives from the future to kill a young factory worker named Danny Ramos. Also sent back in time is Grace, a hybrid cyborg human who must protect Ramos from the seemingly indestructible robotic assassin. But the two women soon find much needed help from a pair of unexpected allies, seasoned warrior Sarah Connor and the T-800 Terminator. The family Stone follows the Christmas holiday misadventures of the Stone family in a small New England town when the eldest son brings his uptight girlfriend home with the intention of proposing to her with a cherished heirloom ring. Then we have 2005's Flight Plan. Airplane engineer Kyle Pratt is heading home from Germany to New York to bury her husband. But 3 hours into the flight, she awakens to find her young daughter missing, and the entire flight crew, including Captain Rich and Air Marshal Gene Carson, claims that the child was never on board. Kingdom of Hearts is another film coming to the star section on the 19th of November. The story is set during the Crusades of the 12th century. A French village blacksmith goes to the aid of the Kingdom of Jerusalem in its defense against the Ayyad Muslim Sultan Saladin, who is fighting to claim back the city from the Christians. This leads to the Battle of Hattin. Then finally we have Love in the Forecast. After swearing off dating for a full year, Leah quickly learns her new commitment has made her a magnet for men. Almost done with November, just 3 more days, so let's take a look at Wednesday the 24th of November. So first up is something I'm really excited for, which is Hawkeye. I will be doing weekly reviews of this like I did with all the other MCU TV shows, so make sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell for that. I love chatting with you guys whilst doing the reviews, so make sure to pop along. Next we have Becoming Cousteau, a look at the life, passions, achievements and tragedies surrounding the famous explorer and environmentalist Jacques Cousteau, featuring an archive of his newly restored footage. Also on National Geographic section is Season 1 of Positive Energy. In this series, Dallas Campbell and Carrie Byron travel the globe meeting the innovators that are creating new ways to power our world into the future. And we have Season 1 of Predator Bloodlines on Nat Geo. The fight for survival is universal. The fight for legacy sets these 6 extraordinary characters and their families apart. Then on Star we have The Cho Show. From the walls of his childhood home, Cho will talk to his guests as a motivational interviewer and compassionate listener. Cho paints a portrait literally and figuratively of his guests. And then we have seasons 1 to 5 of the American sitcom My Wife and Kids. Another unusual one with Thursday the 25th of November. The Beatles Get Back brings episode 1 out on the 25th, episode 2 on the 26th, and episode 3 on the 27th of November. Bit weird way to bring them out, but there we go. It covers the making of the Beatles' 1970 album Let It Be, which had the working title of Get Back, and draws from material originally captured from Michael Lindsay Hogg's 1970 documentary of the album. Which brings us to the final day of new content, Friday the 26th of November. Gearing up ready for Christmas period, we have a Muppets Christmas Letters to Santa, which is an hour-long Christmas special starring the Muppets, who have mistakenly intercepted 3 letters sent by children to Santa Claus, and their attempts to fix their problems created by their mishap. Then we have Puppy for Hanukkah, and all I know about this is that it was a song. But remember, a puppy is for life and not just for Hanukkah, everyone. Anyways, let's move on to some Nat Geo items. Again, we got quite a few and loads of Star movies, so just going to list these again for you guys. Buried Secrets of Cordoba, 2000's Greatest Tragedies, Worst Weather Ever, this should have come out before, Blood Rivals, Lion vs. Buffalo, Heroes of the Mediterranean, and The Kangaroo King. But then the final star items. First up is Black Swan. A committed dancer struggles to maintain her sanity after winning the leading role in a production of Swan Lake. Nina is a ballerina in a New York City ballet company whose life, like all those in her profession, is completely consumed with dance. Another Christmas item for you, Angel Falls, a novel holiday. Book editor Hannah must work with former rival Ryan to help a potential writer find her way, and Angel Anthony reminds them about Christmas spirit and the value of community. Then we have The Rock. A dishonored brigadier general threatens the government to launch rockets on the city of San Francisco. However, a mild-mannered chemist and an ex-convict team up to stop the general. Frozen disaster movie The Day After Tomorrow freezes its way to us on the 26th of November, when a sudden worldwide storm begins to plunge the entire planet into a new ice age. Paleoclimatologist Jack Hall undertakes a dangerous trek to New York City to save his son from the disaster. Such a variety on Star for the last day. Garden State is the next movie to come. Andrew, a young troubled man, returns home after a decade to attend the funeral of his mother. However, what follows ahead is a journey of self-realization that changes him forever. I love this next one, Big Trouble in Little China. A film almost as old as me. Jack Burton, a truck driver, gets dragged into the mysterious underworld beneath Chinatown, where he faces an ancient sorcerer named Lo Pan. Then our very last item for the month is Volcano. After a minor earthquake in LA, a newly formed volcano erupts from under the city. Initially reluctant and disbelieving, the city officials rush to the rescue along with a plucky seismologist. But that is it for what's coming to DisneyPlus UK this month. Let me know what you're excited about seeing this month and what you want to see before the year is out. Don't forget to check out these videos and also hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for more Disney, Star Wars and Marvel videos. But until next time.